the longer you eat that way, the body gets more used to it, and then your taste adjusts to where you just like it better also.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, even that's a big one. The tastes, the preferences themselves actually begin to shift over time. I suspect different subpersonalities, completely different history of eating different ways. So there really is a new adventure, and we are the innocent fools, the young fools, the youthful learning ones. Wilhelm gives the image now as spring wells up at the foot of the mountain. It's the image of youth. Thus, the superior man fosters his character by thoroughness in all that he does. And that is what we're trying to do, improve character as well as nutritional health. The spring succeeds in flowing on and escapes stagnation by filling up all the hollow places in its path. In the same way, character is developed by thoroughness that skips nothing, but, like water, gradually and steadily fills up all the gaps and so flows onward. And drinking more water and flowing onward is actually one of the things that we've been doing, drinking more healthy water, etc. But it's primarily a symbol of getting past obstruction and getting in the flow of things and having it work more smoothly for us.
To eat a lot of whole foods, plant-based items in your diet, then you do need to have water because it's very high fiber. So you do need to drink more water to compensate for having so much fiber.
Yeah. So in reviewing that, I would say it's pretty accurately diagnosed some of the challenges, the difficulty, that it is a war, that you have to have a military discipline and an army-like attitude to really make some of the changes, that perseverance is crucial, that there's lots of resistances and ways to go wrong in the beginning, that you really need teachers and you need to go after them and find the ones that work for you and that have the knowledge that you want, and then really pay attention and get some recipes and learn the principles and learn why some of it is beneficial so that it's more motivating than just following the rules, reaching toward personal goals or toward something that feels healthy.
Yeah, and you kind of need to constantly refocus if you start to get, try not to drift too much, like slacken too much, like gradually start adding back in some of the old foods more and more.
It's interesting. I was expecting the answer to be leaning more on health benefits or inappropriateness, and it really focused more on us, on paying attention, of knowing that you need to know something, finding the teachers that have the information, having a proper attitude toward using the knowledge, and then the necessary perseverance and discipline and focus on your goals. The Army has goals and discipline and gets the troops together for particular purposes and so on. And it is a war that I ended up at war with myself, with habits that were very compelling and subpersonalities that wanted to fight back, saying, well, we don't want to eat this. We like something else, So I like the attitude of the war, and I like how much it focused on the battle being very much with us. But the real focus is on how we're doing with our attitudes, if we're paying attention, if we're persevering, if we're following those instructions in constructive manner. So I like that. It focuses very much on the work that has to be done psychologically, and I like that it gives us credit rather than saying, "Oh, there's much to be done." It's like, well, there is much to be done, but I like that this answer says, you've actually come a lot of steps. Let's take a look at what you achieved already, and what's working for you. So I like that. That's my sense of the focus of it in part.
Yeah, I like getting that validation that they're saying, okay, you've already made this important change. Now you just need to be careful to stick to it, just keep coming back to it, refocusing on it.
If you go back through that kind of review, the history of it, and remember why we did it, and remember all the things we've been through, etc., it does have a kind of camaraderie, like, buddies in war, huh? Because we've been through a battle together, and it strengthens that, and it clarifies the achievements already, and it's actually, to feel like you're fairly along on the path is really encouraging,
Yeah.
And it warns us that we're very new and to keep following the teachers, but it really gives us credit for what we've done so far, and I find it very encouraging to continue and like that. So I think that's my impression of it, and I find it encouraging and interesting.
Yeah.
Trying to do an I Ching this way and by Zoom and in different locations and whatever. Let's see how this works out. This is something we've been meaning to do for a long time. We may do additional readings. Every question is different, and we've just never had the live process of doing a reading before. There's a lot of information, seeing something actually happen that you don't get when it's all written down, or that people just don't happen to mention. So,
the ways that you would interpret something may vary, and maybe is very individualized based on each question. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Thanks to you, and thanks to the I Ching. And that's what we get for our question, which was, please evaluate our current plant-based diet. Very good.
Excellent.